Good morning. It's time to let the beard speak. Waking up, it's 7:26, Saturday, September 12th. Hope y'all are all doing well. If you're not in Southwest Louisiana, you're probably doing a hell of a lot better than most of us here are. It is, I guess, day 16. No power. Fortunately, we do have electricity now. What we don't have is any mention on the national media about what has gone on since Hurricane Laura hit. I stayed in my house. I heard horrific, terrifying sounds for about 6 hours. I was quite sure that I had very, very much screwed up, and I was probably going to die. Me and the good Lord had a very long talk that night, and He pulled me through. He decided it was not my time, and much to my surprise, when I finally crawled out of my bathroom, my little shelter I had set up, and I walked into the hallway, I was fully expecting to look up and see the sky, but I still had a ceiling. I'm lucky. And I walked into the living room. I still had a ceiling in there. I'm lucky. I walked out into the sunroom, and it was still there. It didn't lose a pane of glass. I'm lucky. I lost a lot of trees. They were all around my house, except for on my house. Had a little bit of roof damage, lost some shingles, a little bit of water damage. Nothing compared to what thousands of others have been experiencing. Woke up, we didn't have electricity, we didn't have water. Went several days without water. And I'm here to tell y'all, the Romans had it right. There's a reason why they were the first great civilization, because they had running water. Took us a couple days, we finally got some. But it wasn't before, we took a lot of bottled water baths, hitting the hot spots. Hell, we had a good rain one day, and I took a shower underneath my gutter that was overflowing. I kept my drawers on. I wasn't being indecent, y'all. But, you kind of did what you had to do after you've been nasty for a couple of days, and you just want to get the stink off of you. Fast forward, we kind of got things in order. We had a good core group of neighbors that stayed. We all kind of banded together and took care of each other's needs and did what we could do to help. But here we are. We're 2 weeks later. The national media has forgotten about us. We still don't have electricity in a large part of Southwest Louisiana. I want to send a shout out to all the linemen, all the crews that have been working to help us get this mess cleaned up. God bless you. You guys are absolutely amazing. I mean, these crews have come in from all over the country, working tireless hours. And I'll be honest with you, right now, I would say most of the residential stuff is probably pretty close to being ready to come online. The big problem is energy, our power station. For the most part, most of us either have energy, some of us have Beauregard Electric. Further north, they have Cleco and Swepco and different power companies. But energy is our main power supplier down here. They had 7 supply lines that feed out from the plant. 6 of them were destroyed. One of them was in terrible disrepair and needs to be replaced anyway. But they're working. They're working their butts off for us, and God bless them for it. But you don't hear anything about the national media about that. We got people that are still sitting in lines every single day, trying to get gas, trying to get food, trying to get water. Got to get tarps to put on the roofs. Got to find somebody to put the tarp on the roof if they're not able to. You know, trying to find contractors. We've got thousands of contractors. We got people coming in from out of state. Some of them doing good. We've got scammers coming in trying to take advantage of the situation. It's going to happen in a situation like this. We have had some instances of looting. It's not bad, though. There's a lot of people just... I'm not going to say a lot of people. There are some people that are trying to take advantage of the situation. And that's going to happen. I'm going to send out a warning, though. This is Southwest Louisiana. If you come here with ill intentions and think that you're going to find people who are just going to sit aside and watch it happen, you won't. You're either brave or stupid if you come into my neighborhood and try some of that mess. Because without a doubt, on just about every corner, you're going to find somebody who would happily bring you to justice in a second. Now, we're lucky. I live in a great neighborhood. I have phenomenal neighbors. I can't even begin to describe how incredible my neighbors are. I'm not even staying in my house right now. I've been staying at my neighbor's. He had a generator. I had a window unit. We put our heads together, made it work. There's no point in running 2 generators. You can run one. So we're being efficient with our resources. We've got several law enforcement officers that live in this neighborhood, and you know they're all out there trying to do their job. So we've all been trying to take care of each other, make sure their generators stay running, so their food stays cold, and make sure their property's all right when they're out protecting everybody else's property. Hey, that's fine with me. I will gladly watch a man's back who's watching mine. We've had other neighbors that come in. One of those officers' wives, you know, she had evacuated with the kids, which is the smart thing to do. I should have done that myself. Didn't. I'm a bit of an idiot sometimes. She came back into town. First thing she did was come to all the neighbors in our area. Hey, you got clothes, you need stuff to wash. She took all of our laundry, took it back to Shreveport and washed our laundry for us. You know, those are the things that we're lacking right now that we're not getting any kind of attention for. You know, we don't have those facilities, our medical facilities, our hospitals. They were all taken offline. They had no power. They had no way of properly providing medical care for anybody. In a disaster situation like this, medical care is one of the first things you're going to need. You can't get out here with chainsaws and hammers and crowbars and be doing all this kind of construction work and cutting trees and trying to do the big things that you have to do to get your property back up right. Accidents are going to happen. I mean, you get a lot of people that aren't used to doing this kind of work that are trying to do their best, and you're going to see injuries, and you've got to have your medical care up. And that's why, you know, the areas around here that do have power in Lake Charles or around the hospitals, that was top priority. You've got to have those facilities going. And, you know, we're slowly getting back. You know, we've got running water now, which is, good Lord, such a blessing. It's not potable. You can't drink it. You got to boil it. But, hey, you can get out in your yard and work all day, or, you know, in my case, you know, my job didn't stop. You know, we were essential through COVID. We're essential now. You know, we got to get back up and going. And we are. at a limited basis until some of the other industries get up and going that we serve. We're doing what we can, and it's rough whenever you come back in and you gotta you go to work and you sweat all day, and you come home and you got a little bit of daylight and you want to try to do something in your yard, try to get something looking halfway decent, so you don't. It's just some semblance of normalcy. You get out there with the rake and you rake up leaves and sticks and you pile them up, and if you have access to chainsaws, you try to cut up some limbs and do whatever you can. Try to fix your fences, try to put a tarp on your roof, and you get all sweaty doing that, and now you're just hot, sweaty, and nasty, and probably hungry. You're probably eating 2 or 3 MREs that day, which is what a lot of us have been eating. Again, like I say, in my neighborhood, we are very blessed. I've got neighbors that have been cooking, and we've very rarely gone a night without having a good meal in my neighborhood, because we're cooking for each other. Every day, there's somebody got something going on, and it's not an invitation thing. It's just, come on. Food's gonna be here. Come on. But there's still people who are depending on being able to find food, be able to get the MREs, and God bless all the churches and all that the groups that have come in from out of state and out of town to cook. And there's people, they're providing 1,000 to 2,000 meals a day. Some of these places are cooking morning for breakfast, they're cooking in the evening for lunch, and they're cooking at night for supper. And these are all volunteers. Nobody's getting paid. Granted, there are some people who have set up food trailers and they're selling food at whatever cost it is to them. It's not for me to say. But they're still here, is the point. The national media is not here. Nobody is here from the national media. CNN is not here. ABC is not here. NBC is not here. CBS is not here. Fox News is not here. Nobody is here. Why? Because we're picking ourselves up? Because the flooding wasn't as bad, the storm surge wasn't as bad as it was predicted, so the incredible devastation that would have caused didn't happen. But I promise you, 140, 150 mile an hour winds will wreck a community. And that's exactly what we had here. Where I live, we caught the very east eye of the wall of Hurricane Laura. And it was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. And waking up to what I see, it didn't make sense. What I heard that night did not compute with what I saw in the morning, because my house should have been gone. My neighbors' houses should have been gone. Like I say, we were lucky, y'all. But not everybody was. Not everybody was. There are people 1 block over from my house. Their entire roof is gone. There are other people whose entire homes are gone. It just doesn't make sense a lot of times, and that's the nature of things like this. Some of it just doesn't make sense. But we're out here, we're doing the best that we can, and we need your help. The people of Southwest Louisiana need your help. If you're outside of Southwest Louisiana and you're seeing this, please share this. Other people need to know that we're not okay down here. We're okay, but we're not okay. We're too proud to ask for help. We'd rather do it ourselves, but we need help right now. Not me specifically. I am blessed beyond measure. I don't even deserve the blessings that have been bestowed on me. But there are others who don't have the resources, don't have the access to the resources that I do. And, they need help. I wish I could tell you specifically foundations and organizations to donate that would directly help our situation, but I don't. I do want to send a huge shout out to the Southern Baptist disaster relief people. They were set up here at the local First Baptist Church. I'm born and raised Catholic, y'all. They didn't care. They had a group of people come in out of Oklahoma and doing yard cleanup, and I'm back working. I work on call 24/7. I don't know when I'm coming, where I'm going, and I went up there and signed up, and I was fully expecting to be able to have my yard mostly cleaned up before they showed up, because I knew what kind of backlog they have. And 3 days ago, they showed up, did a little bit at the house. Next day, they worked all day at my house, and yesterday, they finished up in my house. And now my yard is 90% clean. I've still got to get out there and do some raking and pick up some of the smaller stuff. But that's one thing that's not on my mind anymore. I'm not worrying about that. I'm not worrying about how I'm going to be able to do that, how I'm going to be able to clear the space off so that the linemen can come in and run the power back to my house when they are ready to cut the electricity on. I'm not worried about having a yard that's all cluttered up when I got to get contractors in here to replace my roof and to replace my fence and start working on my house and getting the insulation and drywall and stuff like that back up into my house. That's something I don't have to worry about. So God bless these people for coming out here and doing that, because that is a huge relief. One of the things that I've noticed is through this is not the physical damage. There's a lot of mental and emotional damage. These things just weigh on you, and it's hard. My temper's gotten short. I've been rude and been discourteous to people that I didn't need to be. Me and my girlfriend, we got into it one day, and it's just a stress vent, and I vented on her, and that wasn't my place to do that, and I felt bad about that. And I had another incident where I vented on a guy at work, and I had to apologize because I was wrong for that. And people are being understanding, and these are stressful situations, and you've got to be mindful of that, and find a fruitful vent. Don't take it out on your loved ones. Don't take it on your coworkers. Don't take it out on your friends. They'll listen to it. I promise you they will. And they'll just let you vent. And then you'll feel bad about it, like I did. And they'll give you a hug or shake your hand and just give you kind of a sense that it's going to be okay, and it is going to be okay. You see the hashtags, Louisiana Strong. We are. But we do need your help. So if anybody out there has any kind of contacts with any kind of national news media, the story's not gone here. The story's still going, but it's none of the bad stuff that you typically see on the news. The negative stuff just isn't happening. What you do see is people helping people, neighbors becoming family, and it just, there's a lot of good going on right here, and I don't know why the national media doesn't want to see that and doesn't want to portray that. I don't know if it doesn't fit their narrative. If it doesn't, well, shame on them. I don't really care about what your narrative is. The fact of the matter is you've got a couple 100,000 people who are out here getting up every day just like me. Some of them wonder if the generator's going to be still running. Some of them wonder if the generator's still going to be there. You wake up in the morning, air conditioner's not running. Go check the generators and need gas, or is it just gone? That's a worry. It's not necessarily a reality, but that's a worry. People spend their money. They're worried about if they're going to get any kind of compensation back from FEMA. They're worried about what their insurance company's going to do. Some of them haven't even seen adjusters yet. I've had my adjuster come out. Fortunately, I've had a mitigation company come out, and they got a tarp up on my roof. They got fans blowing in my house right now and dehumidifiers and trying to get that all secured. I'm about to get somebody to come in and check for mold and all that crap like that. The aftermath of Hurricane Laura is not over. It did not end when the storm surge wasn't 30 feet and didn't push all the way past I-10. But yeah, this is a typical morning after Hurricane Laura. Wake up, check the generator, watch the sunrise, and just be thankful you got air in your lungs, and you get a shot to do what you can today to make it a little bit better than it was yesterday, and that's all you can do. For those of y'all that are stressing about this, and it's not going to happen overnight. It happened overnight, but the cleanup's not. It's going to take a while. It's going to take weeks, months, maybe years. But we did it after Rita, and you can absolutely bet that we're going to do it this time. But I hope this message finds everybody well. I love you. Remember to love and let yourself be loved. Y'all take care. This is The Beard, and I'm out.